it was probably around November 14th or so, I started feeling really tired. Not just tired, but completely fatigued. I thought it was maybe because it was getting close right before the start of the holidays, and just kind of that time of year that I always tend to get down with a cold or something along those lines. It continued into the next day, and to where I was even taking a nap, and that is not something I do on a norm. By Sunday afternoon, I started having body aches and started kind of feeling like maybe I had a fever, had a really bad headache, and was just extremely tired. I took my temperature then, and it was a little bit over 101, so I decided I was just going to take some Advil and rest. Had some sleepless nights. Then Monday, probably around 10 a.m. Monday the 16th, I took my temperature again, and it was still over. It was about 101.6 at that point, and decided I was going to go try to get COVID tested. Just to be safe, I really did not think I had COVID. I thought it was some kind of other illness. I'm 33, I'm very healthy and, healthy weight. I don't have any underlying health issues or problems, and just really thought that if I ever got COVID, I was just going to be asymptomatic. So it was the furthest thing from my mind, but it would be dumb of me not to go get tested. By Thursday, November 19th was when I received my test and received my results that it was positive. I was in complete shock and was really upset and emotional about it, just because it was the furthest from my mind that I thought was going to happen. I went into immediate isolation. My family had to isolate myself and separate myself from my family and my kids, and stayed in isolation for another 6 or 7 days, and just continued to have the fevers. By the time everything ended, I went about 9 of my days in quarantine, of my 10 days in quarantine, that I had fevers ranging between 101 and 102.9, and just felt completely exhausted and drained. Couldn't be up for more than a few hours. Once I cleared my 10-day quarantine, which was about a day or so before Thanksgiving, I started to feel a little better, and I felt like I could at least get out of bed. The fever had broken, and I thought I was on my way to kind of having a very clear recovery with no extra symptoms. And unfortunately, the day after Thanksgiving, I could not get out of bed for the next 4 days because of extreme migraines. I didn't have the fever. These were just horrible migraines that I was having, pain behind my eyes, really extreme fatigue still. And so I called my doctor that next Monday and was notified that now they're seeing in post-COVID patients, especially females, that they were seeing migraines or even strokes happening. So to kind of be on the lookout, which is, slightly terrifying. They were able to put me on medication, though, to kind of help with the migraines. And after about a week, I was finally able to feel like I could at least function enough to kind of get up and start moving around. I did take another COVID test and tested negative. So then I knew I felt more comfortable going out. It was a really tough time. I felt like I lost 3 weeks of my life, basically, because I just could not function. And for someone like me, that was very difficult. Even now, I'm a little over a month since I had it and got my first diagnosis, and I still find myself tired and still having that fatigue, which I was told could last up to a month or so after. Trying to even get back into physical activity. Prior to having COVID, I was running, about 60, 70 miles a month, and I have not been able to really run since, mostly because of energy level or even just doing too much brisk walking. Even I do find myself kind of getting a little winded quicker than I probably did before. So, it just kind of, for me personally, it just opened my eyes a lot to it. But it was a really scary time. And I, once again, just thinking about the fact that I was young and healthy and I take vitamins constantly. I'm not someone who gets sick, more than maybe once a year. So I just really did not expect to have the symptoms I had from it.